By the end of the year, you will be living a brand new life, a life you have never lived before. You're never going to win. You're never going to have a brand new existence unless you take brand new action. And the only hope to escape the matrix is the hero's year. Your job is not going to double your pay this year. Traditional education is not going to give you a qualification which earns you enough money. You're not going to gamble your way out in the casino or with cryptocurrency. Unless you want to stay broke forever. As the world around you collapses, as society continues to degrade, you are going to join the hero's year where you stand a chance of finally escaping the matrix. The people who have not been demoralized, who still have belief in themselves, who still have a fire inside of their soul, who still believe in Aikido, Kung Fu, who still want to escape the matrix. For those of you who understand that you are running out of human time, that the gap is getting bigger between the have-nots and have-yots, that society will continue to degrade. For those of you who want to escape the matrix, 2026 is the year that everything changes. If you take action which you have never previously taken, you will live a life like you have never previously lived. The universe, karma, the simulation, God is going to reward the instant action takers. It's no longer the knowledgeable. It is the instant action takers. Impatience is the most important word for 2026. You do not have any time anymore. You must panic, gentlemen. Because things are going to get a whole bunch worse before they get better. So whatever plans you have that were for the middle of next year, that were due to take 6 to 12 months, whatever they are, they must disappear. You must instantly enact these plans. You must instantly take action, and you must aim for instant results.
It's not the fact that you don't have capital to work for you. It's not the fact that you don't yet know exactly how to make money. What limits you most heavily, and the reason people who begin to make money always make so much more, and people who never start never make any money, is because you do not believe.
You're never going to regret the times you fail. You're never going to regret the times you lose. You're going to regret the times you did not try. In life, if you're capable of trying something, try it. And if you flip enough coins, eventually a bunch of them land on heads, and before you know it, you have $100 million and you're the most famous man in the world.
So I promise you, if you stop making excuses, you stop waiting and praying for some kind of better future, and you wake up every day and say, all of the good in my life is my fault, and all of the bad in my life is my fault, and I'm the only one who can fix this. It's never going to get better by itself. It's never going to be fixed by anyone else. It's never going to be easy. I have to win by force. I must force myself and my mind to brutally perform. There is a degree of comfort that comes when you understand that the power is within your own hands. And this is the life you want to live.
You don't have time to wait. You cannot do it next month. You cannot do it next week. You cannot think, if I dedicate myself and I save money and I keep going to work and I keep doing the commute, in 3 or 4 years I'm going to get a pay rise that will allow me to buy a house. No! Everything is going to get worse forever. It is going to be harder to do next week than it is to do now. It's going to be nearly impossible to do in 10 years from now. It is nothing but harder. There is nothing but bleakness on the horizon. There are nothing but dark clouds hanging over your future. And for that reason, you need everything done today. You need to become monumentally impatient. You need to act now, right this second, this minute. If you do it in 2 hours from now, it'll be harder than it is to do now. It is only going to get harder. You need to act instantly. You need knowledge now. You need information you can act on now. You need to start making money now. That will guarantee you have a 2026 worth living, because you need to start making money instantly. You do not have time to wait. You cannot rely on some perfect utopian future. You cannot rely on politics to save you. You cannot rely on getting a raise at your job. You cannot rely on saving up and buying a house. You cannot rely on anything besides having information before other people have it, so you can earn more money than everybody else earns, so you can finally escape the debt trap. Imagine the 2026 you want to live. Imagine the things you want to do. Imagine the girl you want to be with. Imagine the car you want to drive. Imagine the house you want to live in. Imagine how you want people to look at you. Imagine how you want to feel. I guarantee all of those things require money. Your primary objective, as the world around us collapses, as society continues to degrade in nearly every single measurable metric, as crime gets worse, as taxes go up, as our government represents us less and less, is to make as much money as humanly possible. That should be your only New Year's resolution. I need to get rich. I need to get rich now. You will not have a 2026 which is different from the years you have just lived unless you take new action. There are very few opportunities to escape the matrix, and it is your objective as a man who has any kind of gumption left inside of his heart to take every opportunity which is presented to him.
When I hear people say, oh, it's hard, or I don't have time, etc., all you're doing is telling me you're a loser. Every single winner feels the same as you do. The difference is they do not quit. They do not give up. They do not make excuses. They stay on the highway. It's amazing what you can achieve if you never give up. My saying, unmatched perspicacity and sheer indefatigability. That point is important. Sheer indefatigability. The inability to become fatigued. If you never quit, if you never give up, if you never give in, you're going to get exactly what you wanted. All you had to do is not be a f***ing coward, and you still failed. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't care about excuses. God doesn't care about excuses. And the winners who went through the exact same things you're going through, who didn't quit, don't care about excuses. There are winners and losers in the world. You are either a winner who dedicates himself, never gives up, continues to learn, does everything he knows he needs to do regardless of how he feels, or you're a loser who makes excuses and you stay invisible for the rest of human time. Make a choice.
When you get a chance to do something and it feels hard or it feels difficult, you need to get very excited. You need to say, this feels difficult. This feels hard. I'm struggling to stay motivated. I'm struggling to be disciplined. That means it's going to work. You should be very excited by the things which feel like a slow grind, which feel like they're boring. It's hard to pay attention to them. Feels like they're never going to work, because I promise you, if you dedicate yourself 100%, those are the ones that work. Everyone wants to win. But not everybody wants to win more than they want other things. Wanting is easy, right? If I said to you, do you want to become a world level figure skater? You'd say, well, yeah, sure. Click your fingers and make me good at ice skating. Why not? There's no reason not to want that. I want that, but I don't want it enough to go and train. I don't want it enough to go and fall over on the ice and hurt myself. I don't want it enough to go and do that opposed to other things. Wanting something means nothing. We all want everything. It's how much you want it. Do you want it more than the other things? So really, want is a hierarchy. And only the top 3 or 4 wants matter. Everything else you want below that is insignificant, because it's always going to play second fiddle. If your want is to have fun, that's your prerogative. But you're going to lose out on a whole bunch of things because you're focused on having fun. You're going to end up in those videos you see on Instagram of people standing behind a DJ filming him. And then one song comes on after 7 hours of shit songs and they pretend their life matters. You're a fucking nobody. You're a failure. The DJ's is somebody. He got paid to go there. You paid to go there. To film him. He's a somebody. You're a nobody. He wanted to be famous and make money more than you did. You wanted to have fun. Do you understand the difference in the dynamic? So you have to decide your top 3 or 4 wants. And it's hard because there's going to be things you cut out. You might have to cut out that girl who wants all your time. Who's saying you're boring. All you do is work. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Do you want her pussy or do you want monumental success? It's not easy. But you can only want 3 or 4 things at once. Any more than that is just garbage. You're just confusing yourself and you're confusing the world. When you want to write down your wants, you're allowed 4, max. You start writing down 10 wants, you're never going to get anything. And guys, listen. I need to get through to you. When you watch our videos, I don't want you to be happy for us. I want you to watch our videos and think, how do I get where they are? Look around yourself. Look at the room you're in now. Look at the woman you're next to. Look at the car you drive. Look at all of it. Am I happy with this? Do I want something else? How do I get what they have? They are 2 brothers from the bottom who were broke with nothing, who have everything now. How did they do it? How do I do it? We're going to attack 2026. Everyone else is going to fail. Everyone else is going to be waiting for handout. Everyone else is going to quit, and we're going to win. That's what we're going to do, irregardless of how difficult the game gets. Irregardless of how high the mountain is, we will reach the peak because we are impatient. We do not rest. We do not quit. We fight to the absolute end. I hope you achieve all of your resolutions. I hope you have a fantastic year ahead and all of your dreams come true. I know 2025 was difficult. I know there was a bunch of doom and gloom. I know it feels like things are never going to get better, but the future is unwritten. You can achieve absolutely anything if you dedicate yourself. That spark inside of you is to let you know that when everyone else is saying it's too hard, when everyone else is saying you should quit, that just means there's less competition. There's less people for you to compete with. Let everyone else quit. Let everyone else give up. Let everyone else believe it's impossible. Let everyone else say it's too hard. Let everyone else doom and gloom and black pill. Let everyone else not try and make their dreams come true. You know better. You can do it. Yeah, you're going to get hit. Yeah, you're going to lose. Yeah, you're going to get set back. Yeah, it's going to be hard some days, but you're going to try anyway. Endlessly. You're going to endlessly dedicate yourself to the task. And that is the most beautiful thing about this time of year. The reset, the new year, is for the men who refuse to give up and refuse to quit. I promise you guys, I wanted money. I wanted to get rich. I wanted money so bad I couldn't live broke. I knew I deserved a life better than wage slavery. I knew I couldn't listen to a HR department. I knew I couldn't listen to some retard telling me what to do. I knew I couldn't be told what to do by people lesser than me. I knew I couldn't watch people less smart than me have more money than I had. I knew I couldn't watch people have Ferraris if I didn't have one. I needed money. I wanted money. I was ready to do anything for money because that's what I wanted. And guess what I got? Hundreds of millions of liquid dollars cash because I wanted it. You're always going to do what you want. Have you noticed that you're actually quite a motivated person? You jerk off every time you want to because that's what you want to do. So you need to make yourself want other things and motivation goes away. Put the list together, choose your top 4 wants, make sure that you blink, cure your brain, reprogram yourself. Those are your wants. You don't care about anything else. And you'll find yourself unduly dedicated. You'll find yourself unquestionably motivated to get the things that you truly desire once you work out what they are.
The reason why my words were so well respected is because I very much understand the world, and you can only understand the world by understanding yourself. And I understand myself because I know my limits, and I know my limits because I have tested them. I have, as a goldfish, smacked my head against a fishbowl so many times that I have learned through sacrifice, through suffering, through pain, exactly what I am and am not capable of. And I would rather do that than sit in the middle of the fishbowl without ever hitting my head on the glass, without ever taking risk, wondering what I could have been if only I tried a little bit harder.
You remember New Year's Eve like yesterday. We all remember what we did on New Year's Eve. And you remember thinking, this is going to be my year. I'm going to get so much done. And if you're honest with yourself, you're sitting in the same room. You have the same girl, the same car, living the same life. You're about to waste another entire year.
You have to pay the price for things in life. You can't get anything for free. It's either the risk of losing or it's the permanent dull ache of what if, what could have been, what could I have achieved if only I was a little bit braver or a little bit more tenacious. And I would rather go through the pain of a fight camp and the risk of a fight than live the rest of my human years with a dull ache of what could I have been, what could I have done. I can't operate from that frame.
Life would have no meaning at all if you didn't feel like quitting. You need to feel like quitting. That's the exact point of all of this. Everybody feels like giving up, and the winners simply don't. People often say, oh, I feel this way, or it's difficult, or they complain about how hard it is, or their emotions at the time. All of that is absolutely irrelevant. That is just the basic fabric of the universe. The fabric of the universe is the endless demoralization, the endless doom, the black pill. And it is down for you to resist against that, to show God that you're different and that you can't be psyoped into giving up. If you believe in yourself, if you want a life worth living, if you want to escape the matrix, then you have to reject all negativity. You have to reject all of the doubt. You have to believe in yourself absolutely, and you have to follow the instructions inside of the hero's wheel. The winners find a way to smile. That's your goal for 2026. Find a way to smile. It's easy to smile when you're around the other people who understand this. It's easy for you to win in life when you understand what the other winners understand. That there's no time for blackpilling. There's no time for dooming. We only have a certain amount of seconds alive on the planet. We can't waste any of them sitting there believing it's hopeless. It may be hard, yes. You may have the odds stacked against you, yes. You may be temporarily demoralized, yes. But it's never impossible. It's never too hard for you to achieve. It's never too large a task for you to complete. You can do it. And every time you get knocked down, every time it doesn't go your way, that's just the simulation testing your mettle. That's just God and the universe karma testing if you really deserve the win. Because if you really deserve the win, you get back up and you try again. That's what life is really about. That's the true test of life. The true test of life is exactly that. You need to find that endless positivity. You need to believe. If you don't believe, you don't stand a chance of ever escaping. That's the true test of life. That's how this simulation works. The great demoralization, taking 100 men, massively demoralizing all of them, and seeing which one keeps trying. Because the one who keeps trying is the one who deserves to escape. You don't get out unless you deserve to get out. And you don't deserve to get out unless you refuse to quit. Unless you see the beauty in things, no matter how hard it is. We all take losses. It goes wrong for all of us. It's difficult for all of us.